Hi, this is Elizabeth from Soulful Beginnings, Reflexology and Reiki, and here I am with another video in my series, One Foot in the Door with Elizabeth. And today we're going to talk about self-care, which is a super popular thing that you see everywhere. You see it in advertising, especially this time of year, with products and services. And a lot of times you see self-care, but you really don't see much explanation with it. And that's because I think a lot of it is it's a very individualized experience, and what one person considers self-care might not be the same as another person. And what's really cool about that is, as much as it's an individual experience, it's your experience. It's what makes you feel your best physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. But it's also collective, as in you can talk to people, you can find information about other things that you could do that could make you feel better. And this has actually been a very special part of my journey. In self-care, I see it as a journey. Every time that it's been, when it was explained to me for the first time, she didn't actually use the word self-care, but she said, this is one of my mentors who said this to me, she said, it's a journey and you never really arrive. And at that point, I was really frustrated because I was actually in the middle of my own health crisis, you could say. And all I wanted to do is I wanted to get better. And the way she explained it is, yes, you are getting better, but you need to keep getting better. Like, it doesn't just stop. You can't just, everything that you've been doing, once you feel better, you can't just stop doing. And that was a very pivotal moment for me, was that not to keep thinking I want to get to the goal. I want to get to the end. Because I feel like in our culture, since we can be very busy, we kind of strive to get to that end. Another way that I keep myself motivated to do things for yourself, and when I'm saying do things for yourself, I can give some concrete examples, but I don't, because it's very much your experience. You can do something simple. It doesn't have to be anything big. You can say, I'm going to meditate. And that might be really scary. For somebody like me, the first time that I really said I was going to meditate, I have a really hard time sitting still. So that was scary. So I started out 2 minutes twice a week. And I said, can I stick with this? And I stuck with it. And it can be just very simple. There's one that I do that you put one hand on your heart, one hand on your forehead. You focus on your breathing. I don't time it. I just do it when I get up in the morning. Because 2 minutes of that is better than nothing at all. And I think that's a big part of it as well. Like, we make it more difficult than it has to be, or if you're somebody like me, you just make a list of 90,000 things you want to do and then stick to probably 2. So that's why it's really important when you keep making adjustments, because it's never going to be like, this is my self-care routine. You're always making adjustments because your body is always changing. Everything around us is always changing. So it's great to make those changes. Like, my boyfriend just got a puppy. So I've been very busy the last 3 days, and I've noticed that there's certain things that I haven't done that I know I should do. I have that in mind. I'm not upset with myself. I just know that I need to get back on, and I need to start doing that, because I don't feel as well as I did now as I did when I was doing that. So it's just a little bit of self-reflection, which is good. And another way of keeping yourself accountable. And this is where we see more the going to somebody else as part of your self-care. And that would be having appointments that keep you accountable. Because reflexology, massage, Reiki, acupuncture, these are all great self-care things because they're preventative care. So they can help you to overcome something before it becomes a big problem. I know that when I had a hemorrhagic ovarian cyst last year, and I was having symptoms that something was not right for months. I just was too busy doing what I was doing to care about it. If I had taken a simple hour to go get acupuncture or lymph drainage or something along those lines, that could have helped me, because they could have given me the suggestions and pointed me in the right direction. Hey, you should really be doing this and not this. And that could have motivated me to do something about it. But instead, what happened is I waited until I was in the ER and I had no idea what was wrong with me. I don't blame myself, but it was a good lesson to learn that self-care is very important. I know this video has been very long, and I really didn't mean for it to be this long, but it is just such a broad topic that self-care is something that you have to hold yourself personally accountable for, and also like when you have other people that'll hold you accountable. And that's how I find the practitioners. Like the practitioners that I have, I always make sure I talk about my goals with them because they help me to stay accountable. And that for me is so important because when I show up for my next session, they're going to ask me about it. And I have to be realistic with myself. Did I stick to it? Did I not? Should I try harder next month? Did that really work for me? Maybe it didn't. Maybe I need to try something else. So in general, self-care is an ongoing journey. So what I really motivate you to do is to pick one thing that you want to change. And that could be anything. It could be, I want to drink more water this week. And just go for it. See what happens, see how you feel, see how your body reacts. Or if you've been thinking about booking that session, go for it. You don't know, like you don't know how you're gonna feel afterwards. I know it's a vulnerable experience and it's hard to do something new, but go for it. You don't know what's gonna happen. But I will stop talking now because this video has been way too long, and I will see you for my next video, which will not be this long. Have a great Monday.